Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing today? This is a pop-up. Pop-up. So let me share this real quick. You're going to maybe disappear. I'm not sure how this works because I haven't done it this way before. I want to share. Oh, no, I can't do that, can I? No, because I'm on my own page. Who knew? Such a silly me person. Anyway, I thought I'd just pop on. Look at my hair is all flaky. Because I had my glasses on, and when I put them on and off, it makes it go weird. Just want to make sure you're up on here. Okay, it's on there, so I don't need that. And I thought I put this on silent, but I guess it has to go on volume silent. There we go. All right. Only one person. Say hi, whoever you are. This is a spur of the moment. I figured I'm working on some crafts. Why not come on and play with you guys? And I didn't test my other camera, so I'm going to move you guys back here. Tilt this up a little bit. There we go. So you can kind of see what I'm working on. And I'm going to switch my cameras so you can really see what I'm working on. Ta-da! This is my mat that I work on when I'm doing glue. And of course I got my painted apron on. So, hello, Kelly. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So I've pre-done some of this because this can take quite a while to do. And I didn't think you wanted to see me paint. So I was like, well, paint, let it dry, paint some more, let it dry, and sand. So these blocks, I thought I had an extra set here. You get a set of 3 like this, and they come from Dollar Tree. Why not? I'm glad you're feeling good. And what I did, I just took orange paint. It's acrylic paint, you can get. I just had the regular orange one. And I was going to kind of stain these to make them look a little bit more rustic. But after I sanded them, I kind of like it the way it is. So I'm going to leave it this way. So we're going to group these in groups of 4. Because if I don't, then I'm going to screw it up. Now, some of these you have to look at the bases. Some of them the way the bases are, like this one is a little rougher. So either I want to make sure that's facing down. And it's just the way it comes out of the mill, I guess you could say. So that's what I'm looking to see on some of them. And it's like, oh, around and round she goes. You could do it where it faces, in like this, but I'd rather have that ugly side facing down because I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of felt or something on it. So it's like my bad side. There's always one good side, one bad side to everything. You know how that goes. So let me just set these up. That's definitely a bad side. Let's see if I can find them all on here, because once I set them, then I'll know. And some of them you're like, just pick a side. Because they look good however you do. Hello, Miss Kirsty. Hello, Janet. How are y'all? Wish my friend Janet well wishes. She is under the weather. Okay, so we have our 4 blocks the way we want it. Now, you could do this however you want. Okay, I'm just going to push these aside. So I'm going to take the first 4. I don't like how this side came out, so I'm going to rotate that. I'm going to make that the bottom side. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, the first part we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the lettering and all on. Now, I have a Cricut. Now, if you can find wood lettering, like some thin ones you can use. These are too big. This is for another project I'll be working on with you guys. Or you can use foam, like the peel and stick type foam. Not board, but you know what I mean, the foam. And you can do that if you want to do that as well. Oh, she did. So I went on a tour. I took Janet on a tour of Virginia. She got to see Washington's house and the grist mill and the distillery by fault because I was picking up something from somebody, and we wound up down in that area. I said, "Hey, you want to see George Washington's house?" So I took her and her husband on a little tour of the rich folks area. But so these blocks are about 1.5 inches. And I went on my Cricut because I couldn't find any letters that were small enough, let alone that I liked. So I wanted to spell the word fall. That's why we have four boxes. And I wanted to, make it easy for people to read, nothing really funky or slanty and all. So I also wanted to do some pumpkins on this. Now I have my four. How come I only have 3? 4. Uh-oh, I'm missing a set of blocks. We'll put that over there. And I have 4 pumpkins per, because there's 4 letters. Let me just cut my pumpkins and stick it with, because that way I know. For some reason I have an extra letter. Okay. And this is Cricut. Easy. So I have some of this. Listen, there'll be other times, Kirsty, that we can go. So each letter is going to go on the block. Okay. So this is, you can get this contact paper. You can get it from Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree. I'm only going to do 1 letter at a time because it's only 1 block at a time. I could stick it all in here, but I don't want to do that. And I'm just going to stick this on here, kind of rub it on, and it peels off. Then I'll take my block. I can't make my camera come in any closer, I don't think. We'll try. And I'll readjust it. Ooh, you get to see the glue gun. Aren't you thrilled? And I'm going to take my F, and I'm just going to put it on here. Oops, I got a glare. Hold on. Now I'm using my fingers on this because I forgot my handy dandy scraper thing. I thought I had an extra one in here. I swore I did. And peel it off. What I like to do is I'll take this even and I'll go back over it to make sure it's adhered on. And there's my F. So we're going to do the same. Now you can make these any words you want. I'm choosing to do these in fall because I have something else for Halloween. So I need to go get my scraper thing. I swear I had an extra one in here. There we go. And we'll put the A on. So if you're good at painting, you can paint if you want to do that. It's up to you. This reminds me of when I do it like this. It reminds me of those tattoos we had as kids where you wet it and then you put it on, you wet it. And then you got to, what do they call that when you take the little stick, the popsicle stick to transfer it off? This part doesn't want to come off. When in doubt, peel it a different way and it'll work. It'll work. All right, so let's get the L going. Now, what's good about this, it has lines on the red paper. So I can use that to see if I'm straight or if I'm on an angle or something. And it makes it a little bit easier when placing your letters. And I'm just doing the letters so that they're all, hopefully, all lined up. But if it's a little funky, it's okay. Use this paper. I'm going to spell the word fall. Ooh, so far so good. Oh, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Now I'll use this a half a dozen times, little pieces of this. And then when it really doesn't stick anymore, then I'll throw it away. It's called being frugal. frugal at what I do. Why should I waste? Now this has got some gook on it now because it was on my table, the paper, the sticky stuff. So I may not use it anymore. Oops. And this, just make sure it's sealed. All right, so look, we have the word fall. Hallelujah. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Yes. Janet teaches me to be frugal. All right, we throw that away. So now I have 4 pumpkins. Now I'm going to put the pumpkins on the other side. And I didn't do them really scary pumpkins or anything, because if somebody wants to keep this, let's say they want fall's coming, so they have the word fall, Halloween's coming and they want to do Halloween. So they can split these up if they want to and put them in different places to do it. Make sure I got them right side up, you know, around their house. So that's why I did it that way. And again, same concept. So you can go in your Cricut and choose pumpkin faces is what I chose. Or you can choose it as eyes, and you can, and a mouth, and you can mix and match, you know, things onto your, to make your own pumpkin design. Take your shapes and like you can make it, use a half circle, use a circle, cut it out, and, you know, use a square to overlap to make part of it too. So there's different ways you can make a pumpkin. It's just up to you. I just thought this was kind of a cute pumpkin, not something scary, but just a cute little pumpkin face. Stuck to my fingers. There we go. What do they call them? Rubbing tattoos? Is that what it was called back in the day? I just did some for Cassidy the other day. I think they're rubbing transfer tattoos or something like that they're called. Let's see, we got a little pumpkin on there. He's a cutie. We'll keep him. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the top. The reason why I'm doing this first is because when I do the top, I don't want to try to lay the top down with what we're going to do to decorate the top. Just to me. You can do it however you want. This is just me. Me. Now I could tilt the pumpkin's face or the mouth or whatever if I want to, but I'm just going to try to keep it level. Two down. Oops, see, and I want to keep them so they're all right side up. God, if I did it upside down, that would be a disaster. It wouldn't. We might be able to correct it. Always good at fixing our mistakes, aren't we? Good. Well, I thought you fell off the earth. Ha, Diana. Being economical and saving. Yes. I didn't fall off the face of the earth. Listen, you guys, everybody has things going on in their life. I did do a live last week. What did I do? I was shopping, wasn't I? I forgot what I was doing. I think I went shopping. I don't remember. They all blur. They all blur into another time period. All right, so this is the last one here. Now, I'm not so worried about sealing these because this is going to be indoors. These are for tier trays, or if somebody wants to put it on, now see, I don't know if you could see that very well. See the orange smudgy stuff is on there. So I'll put it on here, and that piece will probably not be able to be used. That's probably because of the paint coming off. You know, when I rub so hard with the scissors. All right, so they have pumpkins on one side, and then they're going to have fall on the other. So they can use this for October, fall, August, September, October, November. So it's kind of a thing you can use more than just one time. Yes, at the Carol. Oh, that's right. Thank you. I can't remember where I was. Now, what we need to do is make it look fall on top, not just with the words, but we need to do something on top. We may have to make it look like a pumpkin, but something fall. So if you go to your store and you have the floral kind of wire, green, brown, whatever color you wanted. I think I always had green, and I couldn't find it one day. This one's a lot thicker, and I wound up buying this. For this project, though, we're going to use the brown one. Now, I can mix it up. It doesn't matter. And what I did, I just cut these off. Just part. There's no, to say size, I think I measured about 5 inches on them. And what we're going to do, we're going to curl it so it just looks like that. Just a curl. Let me see if I can show you. I'm looking at myself on the camera, so see? And what we're going to do, and this is going to be the loud part, so if you have a dog, we're going to stick this on top. Now, I have it pulled off to the side because I want to staple it. And this is where it gets loud. And I'm going to glue it. So I'm just going to take my staple gun, and I want to put about 2 staples in it. Now, I will mute you for this because I'm taking out the hammer, and I don't want you to hear. There. And then you can bring it up. You can do as many of these you want. You can make them as long. You can make them as curly, whatever as you want. It is up to you. I do have my glue gun here, so I'm going to use a little bit of glue. But I'm going to take some leaves. Now, this is the L. Let me turn my word around. F-A-L. L-L. So this one I want to maybe make sure that it's kind of sticking more out. Because see, I have the word that way, not this way. Just to give it a little variation. It also helps cover where the staples are. And then I'm going to take some leaves here. I thought I had some cut already. I guess not. And all I'm going to do with these is just kind of take them and just glue them on top. So I wanted to do like kind of like a medium-sized one and a smaller one, just to give it a little something, something. And I'm using the smaller one closest to the inside here so that they kind of don't quite overlap, so to speak. So it looks something like that. I'll hold it up in a second. Let me go ahead and put some glue on this. And this will also help with your, help keep your staples in there with the jute wire. And I don't want all these strings. So that's all we're doing. So on this side, it looks like the pumpkin, you know, with its leaves and the little curly thing sticking up. And this side is just a little folly. We'll bring this one a little more forward that way. Isn't that cute? Just, it's something easy to do. Now, these, as you can see, some of them are thicker than others. It doesn't matter because pumpkins all don't have the same stems. And I think I cut some of these longer than the others. And all I did was just take my finger and I wrapped it around my finger. So some stems will be longer, some stems will not. It doesn't matter. Some have more curls than the other. It's okay. So this one I'm going to put a different angle a little bit. One staple will probably be okay. But I decided to put in 2 because I want to. Aren't they cute? So let's go ahead and do all these at once. So that way I'll hammer them all at once. And again, I'm just changing. I started with this one here. It kind of went in this way. I stapled it. This one to the back. I'm just moving them around. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Oh, lost that staple. And we'll just get these all in there. You can wind it around a pencil if you want to. Whatever you want to do. And it looks longer because I pulled it out so I can rotate it. I think I've done one this way. Okay, mute again because I'm going to hammer. The hammering sometimes scares dogs. So then you can come back and you can adjust your curls to however you want them to be. I had to look to see which way I did these. Oh, I got to keep them. And it just makes it a little fun thing. You can bring it close onto it. You can make it further apart. Whatever. There's no right or wrong to this. The only thing I'm doing is just making sure with the leaves that I'm not covering up so much of the wording is really what I want. Thank you, Janet. And you can use whatever leaves you want. I chose these were, I don't know, I think I got these originally from, what do you call it? Michael's. And I think that's where I got them from originally. But you know how we are. We don't remember everything. Where we get everything from. Now you can put as many leaves on as you want. It's up to you. These are variegated a little bit in color. So I want to vary them. 1, 2, 3. I need one small one. There we go. And again, just putting it on however you want. This one I'll put it on the back here. And I'm putting the big one on just so that the big one covers the most of the spot on the where the staples are. And the other one goes wherever. So we have that one. Let's see it pumpkin wise. I'll hold them up. Let me get them all glued on and then I can show them to you. So by rotating basically how I put the staples on these, so like this is the end. This way I rotated one so an end was here, one end was here and here and here. So it actually helps me rotate my leaves as far as placement goes on these as well. Now what would look really pretty if it had some fall leaves of some sort in color, like the maple leaves or oak leaves, but I couldn't find any at this time frame that were small enough to put on it. So that's why I'm using the ivy. Okay. So let me get all the glue strings off. And I had a little board here. Let me see if I can do this so I can, oops, goes this way. So I could bring that closer all at once to you. And it might help if I put this other light on. Hold on. take my phone out of there because I don't need that. And then that might help a little bit. All right. So see the little pumpkins, and then the word fall is on the other side. Isn't that cute? I know something. I know. Sometimes it's just all these huge things. Now with these pumpkins, you know, you can break them up if you want to put two things. Like if you have a tier tray, you can, if you don't want to, let's say you have, you know, fall, you know, for the beginning, right? And you have it on a little shelf or something, wherever you have your tier tray, on the bottom or on the top of the tier tray, you have fall. Then if you want to split them up for Halloween or Thanksgiving, you can split them up, put one, you know, down below, one on, or two down below, some on the next tier. So you can divide it up, which I thought would be fine. Facebook user, who are you? Is that Michelle? I know she said she had a problem when she goes on here. So I thought these were cute little ones to make. Aren't they cute? So they're just cute little things. They're easy to make. Like I said, you can use foam letters, or if you can find wooden letters that are small enough. If you can find, if you want to do something else, you can do whatever. Be stunning on a Halloween afternoon tier tray. Yes, that's exactly what I was making them for, is tier trays. Sometimes kids want just a little something and decorated in their room. So, you know, this is a cute little thing. If you have an entryway, tier tray, a shelf, a buffet, so like I have my lady in the nursing home, she has a little bit of an edge running around, you know, the wall hallway, and she can put these on there to decorate. So, but these are, they're just cute little pumpkins. Pumpkins for fall. Pumpkins for fall, y'all. So let me make another one. So those of you that are just coming in, you can see, because it goes really fast. The blocks came from, you get a set of 3 from Dollar Tree. Painted them. I have 2 coats of orange on this. I think 1 coat would work. These are solid blocks. Dollar Tree also sells these, and I think these are hollow. So that's for another project I'll do with you guys. So it's, you know, just, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I did 2 coats of paint on these, but I think 1 would have been okay since I was sanding it down. Oh, no problem. Or like when people have those windows above the doors. Yes, my windows in my living room, you know, everybody likes to put the little candles. I used to put, like, especially at, what do you call it? Easter. I had painted wood tulips, and I had bunny rabbits, and I would line them, you know, like a bunny rabbit with some tulips in this window and that window. Oh, you're welcome, Janet. And I would do that. And being in the military, sometimes you have to give up things because you can't have everything. So again, I did these letters on my Cricut. You could do it on a silhouette, whatever you want. If you're able to print something out using your computer, and it's peel and stick, like Avery labels, you might be able to have something like that you might be able to use to make the letters, or the alphabet stickers that are peel and stick, or use foam, the little bits of foam that are peel and stick. Oh, I got to show you how I was doing the bottoms. I didn't do. What I will do is I have to go on my Cricut, and I will make a round bottom. So this is about 1 inch in diameter, and I'll use my little bits of foam. And that's just to help protect whatever somebody's putting this on. I don't want them to come back and saying it scratched their table or whatever. That's what I don't want. because I would be upset and so would they. So I'd rather just put something on there just to make it a little bit easier for them. Yes, for all seasons. We're going to be doing some other ones here. Not today. I got that color. I got this color, and that's all I'm saying. You can make these into bunny rabbits. Put little ears on them if you want to do that. There's tons of things you can do. You just keep open-minded. That's all I have to say. Just be open-minded. All right, so this one. And again, I made these on my Cricut. Choose whatever font you would like to do these with. That is your choice. And then we have the word fall on this one. And this got really sticky. My table must be really dirty here. Hold on a second. I thought I cleaned it off enough, but it's driving me crazy. All right, so let's do our pumpkins. I'm going to cut this in half to make it easier. Yeah, sneak peek. Sneak peek. Yes, secrets. After you put the letters on, do you seal them, Michelle? No. Okay, so you are Michelle. No, I'm not sealing this because it's going to be inside. I can do, this is if you could seal the wood beforehand, but because this is going to be inside, I like it to be more rustic. The paint doesn't come off on your hands or anything like that. So to me, it's fine. And since I'm putting felt on the bottom, I don't have to worry about, anything scratching anything or anything to anybody's furniture. I'm with that. Come on, eye. The eyes have it. There we go. All right, so let me flip these around so I can put me pumpkin face on. So if you want to seal the wood first, you can do that with some sort of sealer. I have spray sealers. I also have, you can do, this is old AC Moore, which isn't even here. It's a gloss finish on wood. Some people may want to use decoupage. I would use a spray sealer just because that makes it go faster. One pumpkin. Now, if you want, you can put pumpkins or ghosts and everything on all sides. I just use an acrylic paint. So the one that I used for this one was this one here. It's orange and it's by Craftsman. It's just an acrylic paint. You can use, this is another one, which is pumpkin. Pure pumpkin color. There's not that much difference really between the two. I mean, this is more orangey technically. I mean, you can't see because my colors. I've used that orange one so much. Oops, I'm going to lose my computer. There we go. Stuff. So, but it's any acrylic paint. That's up to you. Make them whatever color you want. You want to do more Halloween, you can paint in black and purple and lime green and put pumpkins and ghosts and spiders on it if we really want to. That was my creepy spider talk because I don't like spiders. I can see it's your Michelle Weird. How are you, don't you? Yeah. We'll have to see if we can figure that out for you, Michelle. See, you guys can see her name. I see her as Facebook user. And I think it's just how she's signing on. She doesn't, she has to go in and actually put her name in. It's an easy fix. Easy fix. All right, so let's get this one going. Doesn't want to go yet. I should just go get my scraper, but it's at the other end of the hallway, and I don't feel like going down there and leaving you guys to go get it. So this is working out okay, though. For me, it is. Oh, I know. I'm not a bug person. Y'all that know me know I bought a bug zapper actually from my husband. And it's looks like a little miniature candy cane. And it has a little opening, and you press it and it just sucks up the bugs. You know, you just put it where the bug is and it sucks it up. And I'll tell you what, I've actually used that thing more than he has. And I suck that bug up and it goes right down the toilet, that bug. Because I am not a bugger. And I was telling him yesterday when I was out painting everything, I opened up the umbrella, and as I was opening up the umbrella, there was a cobweb. There's my pumpkins. And there's, oh. Fall. Sorry about that. Did it backwards. All right, so same thing. Curl. And I curl these first because these are thick little things. And I just want to make sure I can get the curls on. I have a bug zapper in each one. You them. Oh, yeah, Claudia. This is what we're making. It says fall on one side. And it has pumpkins on the other. So eventually, if you want to split up the pumpkins and put them different places, you can. So this is, here comes the stapler. So we're going to start with the end of this facing the front of the pumpkin. So we'll rotate it around. Got to get a different grip on that. All right, so that's one. And again, some of these are thicker than others. Yeah, another person I follow that also uses StreamYard has the same problem. Only started a couple of months ago. Michelle, we'll figure it out. It's just how you enter your name when you sign up on it. I can bet I can imagine her barely touching stuff and being like, yep, that's a me. I don't want to touch a bug at all. I freak out. Oh, I ran out of staples. I was like, why didn't it work? My husband and I would go on walks, and I mean bugs on walks. I'm like, oh no, not bug in the house. I will scream if it's running across the floor, and of course that sends my dogs into whirlwinds, you know, as well, because when I scream, they get nervous that something's really happening to me. Get in there. I keep saying I got to go buy more staples. This is kind of cool. This has 3 different size staples, like kind of like a small, medium, and large. So, which is what I like. And now you have them all grouped until now. Now they're not going to be grouped. That's me. It's me. It's got to be just right, y'all. Okay. So that was, we had the end facing the front. So I'm going to do this one off to the side. Do you have to do this? Twist them around like that? Nope, you don't. You don't. But I did. Bug phobic. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for my husband, I wouldn't be living anywhere. Mosquitoes. Same with me. Now, we have somebody come spray once a month, and they spray on the base of the trees. They'll do around, you know, on the first floor, the windows and stuff. And they'll do the bushes and whatnot. And it's all organic. So, because I have the dogs. Oh, Jesus. I don't want anything that could, you know, poison our dogs or any other creature, you know, as far as that goes. So we're really conscious about that. Oh, good God. All right. So back, side. Oh, it's the wrong face. Front, back, front, side. So I got to go this side. Okay. And, hold on, my train of thought. So it's nice to go out in the backyard and not be eaten up by mosquitoes. I send them all to my neighbor when they spray. So I'm going to put you on mute while I hammer. That one, I forgot to put a staple in it because that was the one when I had to reset my staple. All right. So now let's bring all the little curlicues back to where they're supposed to be, on top of their head somewhere. And let me see if I have these letters set up on this side. Ooh, let me turn that in a little bit. And I don't care. It's coming like it looks like this. This is all part of being like a pumpkin, all frilly, free like that. Like a hammer in the. What's that song? I got a hammer. I don't know that one. Oh, I need info on this spray. He refused to believe me. Happy jumping pump. I know. Were they bouncing? I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the little rascals. All right, so let's cut off some more leaves. Now you can do this with, if you want to do this or you want to put some raffia on it, you can do that. So there's multiple ways of doing it. It's really just a choice factor on your part. All right, so let's get a big and a small leaf for everybody. I thought I had another one of these. Oh, I do. It's right here. Oh, I did get this from Michael's, and it was $1.99. In case you want to know. In case you want to know. 1, 2, I need another small one. 3, and we need another big leaf. Do I have one more small one on here? Yep, I do. Now you could put as many leaves as you want and do it however, like I said, as you want. It's up to you. All right, so the first part, you see, this is the end that was facing this way. Well, if I move this, you might be able to see the end. So that's the part I'm going to put the leaf to cover that. You know, it all depends. Right now, I have 4 sets made. And the reason why it's only 4 is because I have blocks. Like I showed you guys earlier, I'm doing some other projects with the blocks. And the one Dollar Tree that I found that had these, bought them all. So they don't have any more. So I'm like, I have to go to another Dollar Tree and see if I can find some more. So that's the only reason why. I've never done these before, so I also don't know how they're going to sell. And of course, selling comes down. I know you're going to ask me, what would I price it for? That's going to be I don't know yet. So don't ask me that question. If I had, I don't know the song with the hammer. Who knows a song that has the word hammer in it? I don't. Glue string to that one. I don't know a song like that at all. Hello, Robbie. Robbie, we got to talk, girl. I haven't talked to you in so long. I feel like a neglected friend. I know we talk on Messenger, but golly, girlfriend. It's nice to hear her voice. Get in there. There we go. All right. And we got one more here. And see, these are crafts I like to do with you guys because they're quick, they're easy to do. I mean, the most time-consuming thing on this was painting. Oh, there go the dogs. I am waiting for so much stuff from Amazon for my granddaughter's birthday. Oh, it's insane. All right. Whew. So I hate glue strings because you can't see them. One thing I will do with glue strings is I will go outside and I will take my item outside and hold it up because the glue strings reflect in the sun. They shine in the sun. Whoops. So there. Now we have another set of fall. Whoops. And we have pumpkins on the other side. Isn't that cute? Whoa! We're sliding off of this. 2 down. 1 to go. I only have 3 sets to make here. In general, because I don't have any more blocks. Yeah, life is busy. Oh, yeah. I never ask about money. Well, where did you go? It's from the 60s. We used to sing it all the time. I don't know the song, Claudia. Now you got to be curious, so I'm going to have to go look it up. I never ask about money. Seems a tad impolite. I just noisy and oh, no, you're fine. Some people will ask me, well, what are you going to sell that for? And I'll be like, I don't know yet, you know, because sometimes you got to wait till you really finish the project. You know, you figure, you know, up your costs of what it would cost you, you know, what you paid for the items. And the best way that I can tell you is take that and triple the amount, and that's what you can charge. But I don't know what I'm going to charge for these. I really don't. I've never made them before, so I haven't gotten that far in my thing. So don't feel, you know, a lot of people do ask, and that's fine. I have no problem. Like I said, sometimes in making it, you're trying to give them an estimate of what it would cost, and you're like, well, I have to take into account how much did I use on flowers, or, you know, especially when making a wreath. And stuff like that. That part, that A got curled up there a little bit, but I got it uncurled. Yay. All good. Yep. Perfect. I think that piece is kind of dying. Some of these come off easier than other letters. Again, if I had my funky little tool, my little scraper, it would make it 100% easier. Now, I did letters, if you guys know me, I did, Happy Lottie says these big letters, it spells the word fall. And I've done those in an orange and a green color. And then I put jute around it and whatchamacallit? Oh, what's the word? Leaves. And I've done that on it, and I sell those really well. And they're great for the mantles or an entryway or whatever. They stand by themselves, the wood. And it's really good. Those are really good. So there's another set. I'm in old soul. Yeah, plus time, shopping, and prep. So, yeah. So the first thing you figure out is how much did you put into making the one item? All right. And like I say, usually the word is, you know, triplet. I don't remember what song by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Oh, guys, I didn't know that song. I really don't. Now I got to go listen to it. I could probably pull it up on my phone and get a sneak peek of what it would be. I don't know if Facebook won't allow me to do that and post it right now. All right, let's get these guys on. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Did you look that up, Robbie, or did you know that? If you looked it up, thank you. If you knew it, even more kudos to you. Because I sure as heck didn't know that. Woo. In high school, when a lot of those bands, well, grammar school to junior high and all, I wasn't so much a person that listened to specific music. I listened to anything, and I still kind of do. Most of the time, it's country. I was like, where are the rest of my faces? They're over here. You know, being down here in the South, but I like anything. Once you hear it, it's going to ring in your ears for 24 hours minimum. Oh my God. Is it, you know what happened? I might have told you all this story. There was a record I had from when I was in high school, and it was a British album. And the whole album, I don't know how I wound up buying it, but it was all songs that dealt with military back in like what would be World War I, maybe type. And I went ahead and anyway, there was one song on there, and I couldn't get part of the lyrics out of my head. No, I think the sticky part is wearing off on this, because these are not coming off. All right, so let's leave that there. Let's try this piece. And I couldn't get the words out, and I was looking up the lyrics. Okay, the sticky is wearing out on these guys, so I don't have any more. Let's see if one of the other ones might be just enough to get me by. That's why I'm saying I use it till it doesn't stick anymore. And then I say, okay, time for new sheet. Yeah, these aren't sticking anymore. Oh, bummer. There's part of an eye. There's another eye. Anyway, the song stuck in my head. I tried to research it for quite some time. Could not find the song. My father passed away in 2020. And talk about luck of the Irish. He had saved my record, my album that had that. And I never knew it for 40 years because they sold their house when I was in college, just after my freshman year of college. And I didn't get to go to the garage sale that they were having at the house because, you know, the schooling and stuff. And he had saved this record for 40 years and never told me. So when he passed away, I was, you know, cleaning up his room and stuff like that with all this stuff. And there in the hole was the record. I couldn't believe it. I did look it up, but I also knew it wanted to confirm. Some country. Oh, some country ditty. Yeah. Go get your two. I know. This is the last one. It's just it's the plastic, the contact. You can get regular contact paper that doesn't have lines and use it. I think Dollar Tree sells some too. So you can do whatever. It's just that the paper is not These aren't sticky anymore because I've used them too much. So they're trash. All done. Ta-da! So now decorate them. Last set to decorate. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, God, I wind my finger up. It goes to sleep. Ooh, this one might have more than most curls on it because it's long. And now I say I can't get it off. Bless your pups. Yes. I was like, when I saw the record, I mean, my face was like, oh, you know, I couldn't believe that he had it. And I had no way to play it. He had a record player down there, but I didn't want to play it. You know, my brother was in the house and stuff, and they probably would have thought I was weird. So I took the record player home. I shipped it home here. And as soon as it all came in the records, I went ahead and opened it up and put it on. And because the record was from the 1970s, so for 40 years, you know, it sounded like it was something from, you know, the Victorian ages. It sounded so old. And I said it just needed to be cleaned up and stuff. So I have to do that. And my son calling me. He always calls me when I'm on a live. Oop, that's not that's my husband, not my son. Message and tell him. He's talking about coming up to visit. And I'm like, fine, just come up. Just come up. Just come up. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. So we're just going to start one way again. Just kind of go around. And again, you don't have to do it this way. I don't know. I'm just being weird. Doing it this way. Some dogs don't like the staplers, so it's like, ooh. Robbie, how is Picasso? How is he doing? If you're still here, Robbie. All right. I'm going to mute you. You know what I said? You guys couldn't hear me. I said, hammer time. You know, old school hammer. So, MC Hammer. And I was like, oh, they can't hear me because I muted you. All right. So let's get 4 leaves off. Oh, come here. Come here. 3, 4. These have some teeny weeny little leaves on it, and I may go back and stick them on just because I hate to waste anything. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got 4 big leaves. So now it's the little leaves. Start from the bottom and work my way up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, do I not have another one on here? Man. 4. Okay, there we go. Oh, I know. I did this past Halloween. That was who I dressed up as. We had a, oh God, what do you call it? I went to a retreat, and the theme was from, was it the 80s? Yeah, he was in the 80s, wasn't he? And so I dressed up as MC Hammer. I had his little gold pants and a little gold vest, black shirt, and the chains and stuff. And it was kind of cool. So, and somebody else came as Madonna. So we were like, oh my God. And a lot of people came as like rockers, you know, that kind of thing. But it was fun dressing up. For a snowman. Well, see, I do, but that's a good idea. I have snowman hats that have leaves on them. But yes, that's a good idea. Those are good, perfect size for a snowman hat. I always save everything. And some people are going to think, oh my God, she's a hoarder. Hey, I save little scraps of, what do you call it, pipe cleaners. And then it's always when I make my little angels, I just need just that little bit of pipe cleaner to make, you know, hold the wings and stuff. And people are like, oh, I have to cut a whole pipe cleaner again. I'm like, no, you wouldn't have to if you did it this way. So I save a lot. There's some things I don't. Like these blocks. I'll show you in a second. Let me get this on here. I forgot to put these up more before I put the glue on them. But that's okay. Doesn't matter. And I saved the little things these came in because I'll show you in a minute. All right. So we have all our pumpkins done, including strings. So yay, they're all done. Yay, another set. I have three sets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 sets. So the blocks come in these little nets, the 3 blocks. But if you want to do something that is, what is the word? Summer with fishing and stuff, you can use these as the fishing nets. So you always save everything. Save something. Yep. Hoarding is saving it. I know. There's a difference between, yeah, true. If you hoard something and you're just stocking it away, well, someday, I mean, as crafters, we save a lot because we do use it. I mean, I have, like, I'll show you. I'll pull one out. Everybody asks me, what do you have underneath the dish? I always reach in. So I have things, you know, this is part from a pick, and these were ornaments. No, they were things that some of these I turned into ornaments, and this is from a pick, you can see, but you know, buttons and eggs and gourds and leaves and stuff. And there's different things, and I put them in these little things. I think I have another one down here. Everybody says, I see you reaching under the table. So I have like all these little things in here because they're little things, you know, you just need that little something, you know. So I keep little things like that. So I know I'm weird. Oh, that's okay. I'm weird. Something fell. Who knows? Oh, paint fell. Paint can. All right, you all. So I'm going to switch cameras again, and I'm going to hold these up so you can see it from the front camera. So let me get the little thing I had them on. Hey, you get to see my room. Ooh. Let's hope I have it spelt right. So see, there's fall with the little curly Q things. And then you have pumpkins. And again, you can take the pumpkins and separate them out if you don't want to write the word fall on it and do it whatever. Yes, I do. I have another container like for these parts. I'll save these because, you know, suppose I need to make something that I need a pick to make a pick. And I do have them. They're on the other side in another container. Girls, I saved everything. Yeah, Michelle, you can get those containers. Michael's has anything in a craft section. Michael's is putting out a lot of their containers now. I was just there yesterday, ladies. Look, I'm trying to curl my hair and it's opposite in here, so it drives me crazy. They're putting all the containers out for like getting ready to say back to school, fall, summer projects and stuff like that. So look for them, because I think I'm not sure if they have them on sale or not. Let me take these off because it glares that ring light I have in there. But then I can't read the comments. Folk music from the era. It was driving me crazy trying to remember that what type of music it was. Music that everyone. I know, it's crazy. You get one song. Like I said, that one song is stuck in my head. And when I got the album, I played it and I was just like, oh, I said, do you know how many years I've been looking for that song? How many years? And I was like, oh, I was so happy. It's a bunch of flowers and you cut the flowers off thick a bit. Wait, did I miss something? Do you save the stem of flowers, the bottom thicker part? Yeah, I save the thicker ones, not just the thin ones like this. I save the ones that are thicker because I don't have any thicker ones, do I? Maybe I do. So like these thicker ones, and I may leave a little bit of bristles on it, and you can paint it. Here's the trick. Make it into a witch's broom. Just saying. You know, you can put a little bow and make a witch's broom, and I've done that. Before. Or you can, if you want it all, nice and smooth, you can take raffia, just cut strips of raffia and put it on here and then wrap around, the thick part of the base. You wrap some raffia or string or one around it to make your own bristles, so to speak, for a broom. So I do it on thicker ones and thinner ones. So I do both. It just depends what I'm making. So, ladies, I am going to stop there, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen on. And I'm going to stop there from making our cute little crafts today. Oh, my little fall pumpkins. I think they're so cute. And again, make as many as you want. These are easy to store. And it's a little something that, draws people if you do craft shows like I do. And I make wreaths. Can you tell? And sometimes to draw people in, having some little things, they're like, ooh, and then they're in your booth and they see, what you have. Otherwise, I'm going to turn this light off because it's glaring me in my eye. There we go. Oh, it's like shining here. Oh, you're welcome. And so by bringing them in, seeing something else than just wreaths, they don't just walk by. That's why I like bringing in some little things, especially this time of the season. So these are things I'm going to look at and what can I make, for other parts, like I did 2 spring shows. And my first one was great. The second one, I didn't really have that much stuff in April, like little things. It was just really all wreaths. So I want to try to come up with ideas for that. So because it was already past Easter when I had the show. So it's like I missed that, but it was coming into, it was at the end of April. So it was coming into, Father's Day, Mother's Day, and that kind of era. So I had things for that, but little terry stuff, I didn't have anything. So it's, oh, you're welcome, Claudia. I want to, do some things that have that in it too. So all my little letters are falling out of my container. So, but anyway, I want to thank you. Do you do teacher gifts? Yes. Years ago, I would take blocks like these and I would leave them in the raw color wood that they were, and I would paint a black square on it, and it wasn't chalk. Then I would have one of those, let me see if I got one here. I don't think I do, but they were the paint markers, that you can use. You can find them in the craft stores. And I would have, up to so many blocks. And I would write the teachers' names on them at the craft shows for them. And I would do it. And they would buy the whole blocks. And the blocks had like a teacher bell, had an apple up top, different things, on top of their lettering. And I would do it like, if it was Mrs., this would be the top row. And I don't know, I'm just going to come up with a name. Mrs. James. So the names would stack like this, Mrs. James or Jane. I don't have an S. And I would have like a bell on top, apple or, whatever. And they would get that to give as a teacher gift. So Just gave you another trick of the trade. And those are cute little things that you can do for teachers. I have to put, as its exam season starts. Yeah, you can do whatever. I've only used the stems to attach to ivory. But only put in small amounts if it's not on a wire. Yeah. Yeah. You can do it however you want. If you have some ivory that's not on the wire, like I have things that are hanging back there and they're not necessarily like, oops, wrong way. This lamb's ear isn't on a wire, and if I wanted to put wires in it, I could either, you know, take wire like this, or I could take wire like this just to give it some way, you know, besides using the sticks, and do that. There's numerous ways. You just figure out whatever works best for whatever project you're working on. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to say thanks for stopping in at NonnasNuttykrafts, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time when I go live. All right, y'all take care. Bye bye.